Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to AMC Thursday Ticket. I'm Hank, joined today by Mr.
Jordan. And Hank, I'm really excited for this week. I've been looking forward to the next chapter in the Conjuring universe.
I mean, this is right in your wheelhouse. You love these movies.
I love horror movies, which I didn't always, but I've been looking forward to the Nun. And
I would hope not always. Like, I don't want to see a 4-year-old Jordan Crouch running around acting crazy,
saying that The Exorcist is my favorite movie.
Yeah, no, I'm not okay with that. You gotta be of a certain age to appreciate these titles.
And it's been more recent where I've really become a horror junkie.
Okay. Well, what I want to know is, let's do our question of the week right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you, but we're going to ask everybody out there, what is your favorite movie in the Conjuring universe?
Okay, so the Conjuring universe, obviously we have 2 Conjuring movies, The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2.
Yep.
And then we've had these spin-off movies.
Annabelle.
2 Annabelle movies, Annabelle and Annabelle Creation, and now is The Nun. And I got to go with the original Conjuring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with you there. I think it's great. We want to hear from you. Put in the comments what's your favorite movie in the Conjuring universe. My favorite is actually Annabelle Creation.
Oh, yeah.
The last one. I think they kind of, it's hard, the fourth into a universe to really, but they kind of took it up a notch, took it in a different direction, which really primes me now. This is a different kind of take on the story there. It's similar. We got introduced to the character before, but now we're going to see where it all comes from. I'm really interested in that.
Yeah, and we're going to dive right into our chat about The Nun right now in our weekend movie guide.
Let's go. So the big opening this weekend, the first one we're going to talk about is The Nun. We kind of talked about it a little bit already.
Yeah.
But, I think this might jump to be my favorite, or at least second favorite, Nun movie of all time. I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, what's your number one Nun movie? I
mean, the only one that comes to mind is Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg.
What about Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit? Come on.
I mean, I kind of lump those into one,
Yeah, I mean,
movie.
When I watch it, I always watch them back to back, too. So that makes total sense. It's like one movie.
Well, a completely different movie.
It's very different story.
And it's being described as the darkest chapter in the Conjuring universe.
That is saying something.
Yes, I mean,
these movies aren't shiny, happy people walking around.
Well, if you see the trailer, if the trailer's any indication of that, trailers are frightening.
Terrifying.
Absolutely.
Terrifying. Yes.
And the cool thing about this movie is, well, one of the cool things, it's all cool, if you like demonic nuns.
Who doesn't?
It stars Thaisa Farmiga.
Now tell us why that's interesting.
So she is the sister of Vera Farmiga, who plays Lorraine Warren in the Conjuring film. So it's like a family affair.
Yeah, I mean, they really did say, all right, how are we going to keep the through line here of the characters and the story? Let's get someone who's related to our main character to play the person in The Nun.
Yeah, and this film really takes, that haunted house to a new level because they are going to a Romanian castle.
Yes. Well, and Romania itself sounds scary. And then you put castle, and then you put demonic nun in there.
It's just a recipe for a scary
It's a recipe for a good time at the movies. That much I can tell you. And speaking of a good time at the movies, we love this movie so much. We're so excited to see it that we at AMC, we kind of wanted to get in on the action. We love the trailers. We love what we've seen for it. So we actually kind of made our own little trailer here for The Nun about what would happen if she showed up at a movie theater. Let's find out. Let's check that out right now. Let's go to it.
I'm about to go ahead and get out of here.
Lucky you. Still got 15 more minutes.
Well, you have a good night, all right?
Yeah, you too. We'll see you tomorrow. Hello? Theater's closed.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, that is very scary. Now, I used to work in movie theaters.
Yeah,
as
me
a
too.
Jew.
Yeah.
If that happened to me, I don't think I'd be here today.
No, me neither.
No.
I would probably have gotten fired because I would have punched a nun.
Ooh.
I would have, you know, if a nun comes creeping up on me like that.
Your fight or flight is to fight.
Yes.
See, I am out that door so fast.
No, I'm totally just kidding. I would have, even if I had 20 minutes, a half hour left of my shift, I would have packed my bags and out the door. But the cool thing about that video was that nun, that is the actual costume featured in the film.
Movie. That's the real costume. They sent us the actual costume.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
cool. That's a real prop.
It's
from the real movie.
And it's scary.
Yeah, to say the least.
It's very scary, but we have another movie coming up.
I want to stop being scared for a little bit. We need to move on to something that I'm not saying I can relate to this necessarily, but you know, it brings a different genre into the mix.
Yes, and it's for all you action fans out there, and it is Peppermint starring Jennifer Garner.
Yes, and it's great to see Jennifer Garner back on the big screen for one, but back in an action role. I mean, you know, she's done a lot of family films recently, but she hasn't really gotten back into that Alias mode of, you know, kicking butt, taking names, and she is doing both of those things in this movie.
Yeah, and we rarely see a character like this played by a woman in a feature-length film, and it's directed by Pierre Morel, who directed Taken, and this is kind of like a female version of Taken.
Yeah, and I like it when we see a story like this told from a different perspective, a female perspective. I loved Atomic Blonde last year, which is kind of a female take on the spy or James Bond franchise. Now we're seeing almost a female version of Taken. Same director, definitely a different story, but same vibe. You know, somebody messed with her family.
Yeah.
And she is not going to stand for it.
And those are the type of films that I love so much, these action films where there are serious stakes. Her family gets killed, and she takes matters into her own hands after the law doesn't.
Yes, yeah, she needs to go take care of business. And that's one of the things that brought Jennifer Garner to this movie, too. And we actually got to sit down with Jennifer Garner to hear her take on why she got into this movie, what she means so much to her about it, and the training that she did for it. So let's take a look at that.
Find her. I don't care if you have to burn the city down.
This movie would traditionally, you know, this storyline would traditionally be led by a man, and so it's really thrilling that I get the chance to do it, and I worked my tail off to make sure that you could see that this is me in the action, this is me. You know, I trained forever with Navy SEALs on my weapons training and trained like crazy on the fights as well. I think the audience is rooting for Riley because there is an innate goodness in her, and she can't help but take care of people around her, even though she has tried to just completely close off her heart when her heart has been so deeply broken. She can't help but take care of a little boy that she runs into, or the kids in the neighborhood in Skid Row where she's set up shop, and she's, you know, she's their angel.
I will kill every one of you. And then I'll pretty much wing it from there.
So I love Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
I just love seeing her back up there. I love seeing her when she kicks butt. She really shows that she cares about the character and about the movie and the story. I can't wait to see Peppermint.
Yeah. And we have some other cool things that are coming to AMC this week, and we mentioned it last week. The Harry Potter series is coming back to the big screen.
The Wizarding World is back.
Yes, Sundays throughout September, and this Sunday we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Yes, book 3.
Which is considered by some the best Harry Potter film in the series.
It is my favorite of all 8 films. That is 100% true.
I'm a Chamber of Secrets guy.
Really? You are in the minority, my friend. I mean, I love all 8 of the movies, but Chamber is widely regarded by Potterphiles as probably the lesser of the books as well as the movies.
Did you just accuse me of not being a true Potterphile?
I'm just saying, everyone's allowed their own opinions. I'm not calling you a squib or anything or a muggle necessarily, but I mean, that's a bold opinion right there. But that's good. Everybody's got to have their own opinions, right?
Prisoner of Azkaban this Sunday and Goblet of Fire as well.
I mean, this is a huge 1-2 punch for the Potterverse.
Oh, absolutely.
It really blows out the storyline. We know in the third one we get to see a lot of the backstory about how the characters got positioned to be put in the places that they are, how Harry became the boy who lived and got to that point. And you really, some of the secrecy about what was going on really gets opened up in that one.
And with Prisoner of Azkaban, that's when the series starts to take a darker turn.
Yes.
The stakes are higher, and it becomes, you know, the characters themselves become more mature, and as does the story.
Yeah, and Azkaban's the first one directed, the first 2 were directed by Chris Columbus, and this one we get Alfonso Cuarón, and Goblet of Fire is directed by Mike Newell. Yeah. But Cuarón really took the franchise in a different direction, and he almost didn't do it. I mean, he had to be convinced by his buddy Guillermo del Toro to take on these roles, which is a great thing for all of us that he directed that movie, because that is my favorite. So Harry Potter this weekend, a great double feature in the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah, and it's the season of bringbacks at AMC because this week we also announced that some of your favorite Disney princesses are coming back to the big screen, part of the Disney Dream Big Princess series.
We did this last year, so this is the second year in a row we're bringing the princesses back.
Yes, and it starts next weekend, September 14th.
So lead us off. What's happening the first week?
So we have the live-action Beauty and the Beast.
Starring Emma Watson.
Yes.
Who's in the Harry Potter films.
Oh, that's a nice little connection there. Look at that.
So Beauty and the Beast, Moana.
Yes.
After that, then we
have Cinderella, the live-action.
Live-action, gotcha. Then we got Tangled.
And
finishing up with
Princess and the Frog.
Princess
so it's a nice blend of animation and live action. And we'll have the schedule in the comments below so you can take a look at when these films are coming back to AMC.
Yeah, and check our website to find out what theaters near you are having both the Harry Potters and the Dream Big Princess series coming back to your locations.
Yeah, and so there's a lot to see this weekend.
There's a lot coming out this weekend. We got stuff for the kids. We got stuff for Harry Potter fans. We got stuff for nuns. We got stuff for moms. I mean, you come out to the movies, you're going to have a good time this weekend, right?
Yes, absolutely.
This is also a huge week in Hollywood, though, with the Toronto Film Festival. So let's get right to it right now. Let's go to our Hollywood news. Big movie week right now. Going on. The Toronto International Film Festival has begun.
Also known as TIFF.
TIFF. We will heretofore refer to it as TIFF.
Yes.
To shorten things, make this show a little bit shorter.
Yes, and it really, the Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF, really gives us a look into the upcoming award season and helps us understand who the real contenders are.
Yeah, and but it's not all about just the award movies. Now, I'm hoping some of these other movies win awards.
Oh, absolutely.
But there's also these midnight screenings, and the one I'm most excited about, I know you're most excited about,
I'm very excited for it, is Halloween.
Boom.
It's having a midnight screening at TIFF, and we just saw a new trailer and a new poster this week, and it looks incredible. Michael Myers is back.
Yes.
And Jamie Lee Curtis is putting up a fight.
Yeah, I think that's the more exciting part. She's really, I mean, she is fully embodying what happened to Laurie Strode 40 years later.
Yeah.
And where did that story take her? It's very interesting. At Comic-Con, she spoke extremely eloquently and powerfully about how this character has influenced so many people, including herself, to be a strong woman and not take anything from anyone. And she really is trying to give it back to Michael Myers in this new movie.
Oh, yeah. He's, got his work cut out for him.
Yes, he does.
With Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, and the next movie we're going to talk about is the movie I've been so excited to see from the first time I heard about it, is First Man.
Oh,
so this is Damien Chazelle, who directed La La Land and Whiplash. His next movie with Ryan Gosling playing Neil Armstrong, and Claire Foy plays his wife. And, it's really about the birth of the space program, the first mission into space and onto the moon. And the buzz on this is just phenomenal right now.
Absolutely. I mean, well, Damien Chazelle is one of my favorite filmmakers right now. La La Land and Whiplash are among my favorite films of all time.
I agree.
But the buzz is through the roof. It premiered at Venice Film Festival, at Telluride, and now it's having a presence at TIFF. And they're just saying
I can't be more excited for this.
Yeah, and there was one review that I saw that really interested me. They compared it to Apollo 13.
Makes sense. Space movies.
And they said this movie looks like Apollo 13 was made with puppets.
That is a complete denigration of Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, Gary Sinise, and Bill Paxton's performance. But I would totally be in for a puppet Apollo, Team America Apollo 13, if you will.
I would be down
go
with
see
that. But that really shows,
where technology has gone, where the story has gone. Yeah, I think that they're going to take this literally to new heights. Through the stratosphere. Absolutely. So I'm all in on First Man, which is great. But this next one, too, I know you're all in on this one.
Yes, this is the one that I'm most excited for, and it is A Star is Born, Bradley Cooper's directorial debut, starring Lady Gaga and obviously Cooper. And a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm actually a very big Lady Gaga fan.
Really?
Yes, I have seen her in concert 3 times with my sister.
3 times?
3 times.
All right.
In concert with my sister, and she's an incredible performer. And from, the buzz that is coming out of this film is that acting is really for her.
Yeah. Well, she's been nominated for a Golden Globe for acting already, so she's kind of got the chops.
She won the Golden Globe for American Horror Story.
So she's got the chops, and now to see it on the big screen, singing acting at the same time, teaching Bradley Cooper. Yeah, this looks great. It's got great awards buzz as well.
Absolutely.
Coming out in October. Can't wait for that one. But there's one little title I want to talk about before we move on.
Yeah.
And it's a smaller title. It's more of a personal story. It's called Beautiful Boy. And it's got Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet. And it's about, a father-son relationship that is strained when the son, is kind of a drug addict, a junkie, a loser, some might say.
Yeah.
But what happens to the family? How does that relationship develop over time? And Steve Carell, you love him for comedies. He's great
absolutely.
in Anchorman. He's great in Evan Almighty. He's great in all these movies. But his dramatic side, I think, is just as powerful in great movies like Foxcatcher and Last Fact Flying. Like, he's really a really good dramatic actor, too. So I love seeing him in roles like this.
And starring opposite him is Timothée Chalamet, who was nominated last year for Call Me By Your Name. He had an incredible performance. And it looks like the dynamic, the father-son dynamic between Carell and Chalamet looks extremely powerful.
Yes.
And it's going to be a very emotional film. It's based on a real-life memoir of this dad watching his son get lost in the world of drugs.
Yeah, so tough. So tough. But great filmmaking.
Oh, absolutely.
Gonna be great.
Very
filmmaking.
Emotional.
So there's a lot more happening at TIFF this year, not just these films we've talked about. So follow us to find out all of our reactions, all of the buzz that we're getting out of TIFF. We got people on site watching movies, talking to filmmakers, talking to actors all week.
Yeah, so be sure to follow us on social media. Our producer, Matt, is on the ground
he's in Canada.
Toronto. And he's given us all the updates that are coming out of TIFF. So be sure to stay in the know with us. But we have some independent films that are coming out this
some stuff
weekend.
Coming out this week. So let's go to our AMCI Spotlight right now.
So the first film in our AMC Independent Spotlight actually premiered at last year's TIFF, but it's opening at AMC theaters this weekend, and it is The Wife.
Yeah, now The Wife stars Glenn Close and Jonathan Pryce, and it's I don't want to tell you too much about it. It's a drama that is really about the relationship between this husband and wife and what she's gone through over many, many years to support him and his career. And we've got a scene right here to kind of give you a sense of how the relationship is and a little bit about their son, too. And I don't know if you know this. Christian Slater's in this, too.
Yeah, it's nice to see Slater.
Now, he's not in this scene, unfortunately, but I'm a Slates fan.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
Christian Slater. I'll be there all the time for him. But let's watch this scene right now about how their relationship starts to form.
Shall I let you off here? On the street? Would that do you? Gustav, would you pull over, please? Okay, sir.
Let me give you some money. Do you know the way back to the hotel?
Yeah. You check in with us when you get back, okay?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Mom.
Jesus.
It's not easy being your son, Joe.
Oh, come on. It's not easy being anyone's son.
You could act a little prouder of him.
Well, he could work a little harder. We wouldn't be doing the kid any favor telling him he's brilliant.
I think he has talent.
Yeah, well, you should tell him.
Doesn't mean anything coming from me. He has to hear it from you.
He shouldn't need my approval to write.
Everyone needs approval, Joe.
Yeah.
Shoes are killing me.
Yeah, come here. Come here. Give me.
Joe, please don't thank me in your speech.
What?
I don't want to be thought of as the long-suffering wife. You understand that, don't you?
No. I have to thank you. Everyone thanks their wife. If I don't, I'll come off like some narcissistic bastard.
But you are.
God. No, it'll be quick, Joni. You know, one sentence, it'll be painless. Come on.
No.
You okay?
Do what you need to do.
The Wife has a great cast, like we talked about, and a lot of people are talking about Glenn Close being in the running for some awards chatter later this year. So go check out The Wife this weekend.
Yeah, also opening at AMC theaters this weekend is God Bless the Broken Road. It is a faith-based film directed by Harold CRONK, who directed God's Not Dead.
Absolutely. He's a big name in this space. He's got a lot of track record here.
Yeah, and this film follows a family whose father is a military member and he gets killed overseas, and it's really about, you know, the sacrifices that military members and their families, you know, have to take when choosing this, you know, this lifestyle.
Yeah, I think that's something that is often forgotten when we talk about, you know, we see lots of movies about soldiers and what happens to them when they're in the war or whether they make it back or not. But the families at home are suffering as well. They're making huge sacrifices, and it's hard to cope with what happens during and after a tragic event like this.
Yeah, and this film really, you know, is about loss, it's about faith, and it's about love as well. And we have a special shout out from director Harold CRONK, who introduces this look at God Bless the Broken Road. Let's take a look at that right now.
Hi, I'm Harold CRONK, director of God's Not Dead. I hope you enjoyed the film. I'm elated to share with you my new movie, God Bless the Broken Road, opening in theaters tomorrow.
Sometimes God's plan for our lives may be different than we had hoped.
We know you're still hurting, but it's times like these you really need to lean on your faith.
I tried putting my faith in God. If he wants me, he knows where to find me.
It's a powerful story about the importance of faith, and it pays tribute to the sacrifices made by our military heroes and their families. It's the type of film I think we could use right now. But don't take my word for it. Here's what people are saying about God Bless the Broken Road.
I think it shows the struggle that sometimes people go through, but that there's always light at the end of a tunnel.
When traveling a broken road, it can be easy to let our fears get in the way.
Sergeant Hill, his faith gave him the courage to do the impossible.
In today's world, there's so many hopeless situations. I think that a lot of people need to feel that sense of hope and be encouraged in this way that the movie does.
My faith in God is already very strong, but it definitely made me want to keep continuing to believe in Him.
There's so much out there that's just junk, and this just moves you forward. It's inspiring.
So God Bless the Broken Road looks like a very, you know, inspirational and powerful movie to see this weekend.
Yeah, and we got another title here. If you want some laughs, you know, if you want some laughs on your independent world and the independent spotlight, we've got a title that actually opened last week. It's called Ya Vermos, and it's a Hispanic title from a comedy like the director did A La Mala and Pulling Strings. But this comes from the studio that gave us Instructions Not Included, No Manches Frida, and it's just a great family comedy that's out there. Whether you like titles in Spanish or English, it's there for everyone.
Yeah, some great independent films to see this weekend. You know, we've got a drama.
Adult drama, yeah, absolutely. We got a faith-based film, and then we got a comedy.
But that's not all we have.
No.
We also have some exclusive offers that we want to talk about right now. So we've talked about this exclusive offer for the past few weeks now, and if you're an AMC Stubs member, you're going to want to log into your account.
I'm going to do it
You are going to see all of the upcoming movies that are coming soon to AMC theaters.
Got 'em.
And what you need to do is you need to set reminders for the movies that you can't wait to see. And when tickets go on sale for those movies, you are going to get a reminder. Or
so
a
I
heads
got
up.
Star is Born. Remind me?
Yes. First
I'm
man.
entered to win.
You are entered to win. This is the prize. You're entered to win movie tickets to the movies that you want to see.
So kind of like my wish list.
Yes, you can win your wish list. So go ahead and set reminders for the movies that you want to see at AMC theaters, and you could win free movies. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, just put the movies you want to see. You could win all of the tickets to all of those movies.
Simple.
I got something even simpler for you right here. So another offer we have going on that's coming up is for next weekend for when The Predator opens.
Can't wait for that one.
So opening weekend of The Predator, 9/13 to 9/16. If you buy a ticket to see The Predator during opening weekend, you automatically get a 90-day subscription to Alpha, which is like the Nerdist exclusive content website, and a $5 credit to their store. So you'll get access to all the exclusive movies, podcasts, shows that they do, $5 credit to their store. You don't have to enter to win.
You just buy
get
tickets.
You buy a ticket, you get it.
Yes.
Right there for seeing The Predator opening weekend, which I know I'm going to do.
Oh, I can't wait for The Predator.
No, not at all. But we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, but that's it for us this week. Lots of great movies to see this weekend at AMC theaters. Be sure to follow us because we are on the ground in Toronto.
Yes, we will be giving you screening reactions, cast interviews, director and filmmaker interviews throughout the week and onward.
Yes. And be sure to follow us on social media at AMC Theaters. And I think that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll
go buy
see you
tickets at amtheaters.com. We will see you guys next week. El Predator.